Joining me now is Jordan Trimble, President and CEO at Skyharbour Resources. We meet again, sir. Great to see you.
Great to see you as well.
Yeah, so the last time we talked, for the first time ever, your company is advancing at the same time your two co-flagship projects, Russell Lake, Moore Lake. Russell Lake, you started drilling January 30th. Sounds like you're essentially done. Then you're going to move the rig over to Moore Lake. So can you update us?
Yeah, well, we're still drilling at Russell. We have 5,000 meters planned there, and then we're going to follow it up with 3,000 meters at Moore Lake. Very excited with what we're seeing at Russell. We're drill testing 3 targets. The 4th target, which is a new target, very interesting. It's actually under power lines that run up across the road that runs up through the project. So it's interfered with some of the previous geophysics. So there hasn't been a lot of drilling there, and we've modeled the conductor such that we're able to go in there and now test it properly where previous operators were unable to. And pretty interesting what we're seeing there to start this program. Now, we've also got 2 other targets, the East Grayling target, which is the eastern extension, as the name implies, of this main Grayling target, mineralized target, where we've got widespread uranium mineralization at that target area over a couple kilometers. And so the eastern part of this conductive corridor has not been fully tested. So we're going to drill a few holes there. And then we're also drilling what's called the M-zone extension, which is the extension of a uraniferous conductive corridor that extends from Wheeler River. So again, Russell Lake, it's a big property. It completely encircles to the north, to the east, and to the south Denison's Wheeler River project, Denison being a very large strategic shareholder and partner of ours. And so we're looking at some of these fertile corridors that extend from Wheeler River onto Russell, and we're drill testing those. So early on in the program, still have a lot of work to do. The drilling's going very well. It's relatively shallow drilling, between 350 to 400 meters. It's inexpensive because we have the road that services the McArthur River mine running right up to our property. There's power lines, and there's an exploration camp. So 5,000 meters to start. We're going to follow that up with a summer and fall program once we get all the results in. But in the next few weeks, we're going to be moving the drill rig over to Moore Lake. Again, another co-flagship advanced stage exploration asset that's returned results as high as 21% U3O8 over 1.5 meters, 6% over 6 meters. So we're actually going back into that high-grade main Maverick zone, and we're going to continue expanding that high-grade core, working on a resource estimate as well. That's going to go part and parcel with this expansion and infill drilling. And we're also going to test some regional targets at Moore Lake as well. So very exciting time. First time we're actually working on both of these projects simultaneously.
Wow, so much going on. Now you've also been very busy. By my count, you staked more than 50 claims since we last talked. You now have got your total land package of nearly 600,000 acres across 29 projects. One that looks interesting is the Foster property, because it's close to Cameco's Key Lake, and it adjoins your Falcon project as well. So tell us about Foster a little bit, then maybe some of the other claims that you picked up.
Well, yeah, look, Foster is one of several projects that we have in that kind of southeastern part of the Athabasca, close to the Key Lake mill. We have another project there called Karen. We have the 914, several claims. And these are also quite close to 2 of our partner companies now, Tisdale, at our South Falcon East project, host to the Fraser Lake Zone B deposit. They're starting a drill program there, as well as North Shore Uranium at our Falcon project. And so this is going to be, I think, an ever more important part of the Athabasca Basin. It's obviously close to infrastructure in the southeastern quadrant of the basin. So we have been actively staking. We've actually also done some property deals to bolster those property packages in that part of the basin. And this all fits within our prospect generator business. We're getting a lot of inbound interest currently right now on option and JVs, new potential partners coming in. And with now the 3rd largest mineral tenure holding in the Athabasca Basin in northern Saskatchewan, we're well positioned to execute on this prospect generator business. We've already signed option agreements, 3 of which now are JVs, so 4 active option agreements, but 7 option agreements in total with 7 partner companies, totaling upwards of potentially $80 million in combined project consideration, assuming that all the partner companies complete these respective earnings.
Let's keep going with the partnerships. Some drilling is underway, I believe. Some is coming in plans. You mentioned a few of these: North Shore at Falcon, Azincourt, East Preston, Tisdale at starting phase 1 drilling at South Falcon east. So what are the ones that are maybe just kind of go chronologically and what you're most excited about?
Yeah. There's quite I can keep track of all of them, but so we've got our two partners at what was originally the South Falcon project. It's now been split up into actually three different properties. So at the southeast part of the project, host again to this inferred resource right at surface, the Fraser Lake Zone B deposit. We have Tisdale. They're just about to start a 1,500 to 2,000 meter initial drill program there. They're going back into that resource. They're looking to expand it. And what's exciting there is there's potential at depth. The resource has only been drilled down to about 100 meters. So there's some high-grade potential at depth. We did a little bit of drilling there back in 2015, and we're seeing the tenor, the grade of mineralization pick up as we got a little bit deeper. So they'll be testing some of those deeper targets. Well, and deeper, I mean, more than deeper than 100 meters, so still quite shallow. And then they're going to be testing some regional targets. There's a big, long conductive corridor that's host to that deposit, but also has some other mineralized target areas at it as well. So looking forward to their initial program there. They're going to be staging out of our camp at our Russell Lake project, which will help bring some of the drill costs down. And there's some operational synergies there. And then right beside them, as well as staging out of our camp at Russell, is our other partner, North Shore Uranium, and they're going to be also carrying out an initial 1,500, 2,000 meter drill program at the adjacent Falcon project, testing, I believe, 3 targets there. Initially, there's been mineralization intersected in previous drilling, so they're going to go back in and follow up on some of that previous work, as well as test some new targets. So very exciting to have both of those companies drilling over the next few months. We also have Azincourt, our joint venture partner at East Preston, planning exploration and drilling at that project this winter. We're going to participate as a minority interest holder in the property. They've done a fantastic job advancing that project. We're also expecting a program this year from Orano at our Preston project. So we should have some news forthcoming on that. We'll participate as a JV partner in that as well. And then we also just recently formed a joint venture with our ASX-listed partner company, Valor. We're expecting some work from them at the Hook Lake project. That's back over on the east side of the basin. And then at our Man Lake and Yurchison projects, our 2 partners there. They're still actively earning in, expecting some work from them later this year as well. So look, you have a lot of programs, drilling and field and exploration programs that'll be ongoing right through this year. Again, getting back to our main projects at Russell and Moore Lake, an initial 8,000 meter winter campaign across both those projects, but we are fully funded and fully permitted for another 8,000 to 12,000 meters or so for the remainder of the year on those projects. So there's going to be a lot of news flow. It's going to be a very pivotal year for us with all of the exploration and drilling that's being carried out.
And Jordan, you're really laying out the diversification strategy here that you've built up over the years at Skyharbour. Do you think that's the one main benefit, or is the one main benefit of that strategy and the appeal to shareholders, the sheer optionality you're talking about, possible joint ventures, more transactions? Is that sort of the main crux of the story?
Yeah, there's a lot of optionality value with the model that we have. And look, we're out there actively looking to make that next big discovery story in the Athabasca Basin. We see what discoveries in the basin yield in terms of return for investors. They're very lucrative. There's really nothing quite like a high-grade uranium discovery and deposit in the Athabasca Basin. So that's our focus at Russell and Moore Lake. Moore Lake, we already have high grade there. We're looking to expand that. Russell, we're looking to make new big high grade discoveries. And then we've got the optionality value again with these partner companies. A handful of them are going to be drilling and exploring this year. And if any one of them is successful in making a new big high grade discovery, that's, needless to say, very beneficial for them, but for Skyharbour as well and our shareholders.
Great stuff, Jordan.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Jordan Trimble, I think they should clone you maybe at some point so you can. You need a second guy to keep track of all this stuff, although he does a great job of it, of course. Jordan Trimble, President, CEO, Skyharbour Resources.